All right, so we're going to show you how to select your classes or give your course request to us so that when we go in to do scheduling, we know what classes you'd like to take. So the first thing that you need to do is log into PowerSchool, just like you would to check your grades or your assignments or anything like that. And in this menu on the left-hand side under navigation, you will see an icon that says class registration. And you'll click on that and it will bring up this page with all the different subjects listed here. So before we get into selecting your actual classes, I'm going to kick it over to Ms. Jones just to talk about transcripts and kind of what all these classes start counting towards right in 9th grade.
Hi guys, so if we remember back to our presentation that we gave to you a few months ago, we talked about what a transcript is. I referred to this as your academic passport. A transcript is something that holds all of your academic grades starting in 9th grade. So choosing these classes is going to be very important because if you are on the college pathway, maybe a trade school, some first jobs will look at your transcripts even. So it is very important to pick classes that are at your level and based off of what your teachers think is appropriate for you. From here, 9th grade will start accumulating your GPA, which will follow you through your senior year. Okay, Mr. Mundy, if you want to show us our classes.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so like I said, you're going to get to this screen by clicking on class registration on the left-hand side here. And it will bring up this page where you get to select which class you want to take or would like to take in all of the different subjects, including your electives. So we'll start right at the top. This says grade 9 language arts. If you notice over at the right-hand side, there's this little pencil icon with a red exclamation point next to it. That means that this subject is not done yet. When it is completed, you'll see a green check mark over here. So I'm gonna go into language arts by clicking on the pencil, and a big old list of classes is going to come up. So it's important, notice there's nothing on this first page that says that I have been recommended. So you're gonna look under the alerts column and you'll see which class has been recommended by your teacher. So if I click on next and go to the second page, I'll see that English 9 has been recommended by Ms. Eck. I will click on the check mark next to it and click OK. And then you see the class that you selected shows up here in the middle, and there's a check mark where that exclamation point used to be. So we're going to do the same thing for our other core subjects in math. This is important. You're going to pick 2 classes in math. So freshman year, you take 2 math classes. It will either be pre-algebra and algebra 1A or algebra 1A and algebra 1B. So I'm in here. I'm going to select the 2 courses that were recommended for me and click OK. And then I see that check mark, so that means I'm good to go. Grade 9 science. Scroll down, I see that physical science was recommended. Click OK, get that check mark. And last one, same thing for social studies. See that modern US history was recommended and click OK. So we have our first 4 subjects done. The rest of these have check marks already, but that doesn't mean you can skip them. So let's talk about this one, grade 9 personal choices and geography. So personal choices and foundations of geography are required classes for freshman year. So this is personal choices is the first class in our career track. So you'll take personal choices and then career choices 1 next year and kind of move up. This is the first class on the way to complete your senior project before you graduate. So I'm going to select both of these. You have to take both of those. And we'll see those there. Good to go. Physical education. You must take physical education 1 either this year in 9th grade or next year in 10th grade. That is up to you. So you don't have to select this one, but if you want to take it in 9th grade, get it out of the way, go ahead and select it, and we'll put it there. Special education classes in here may apply to some of you. They won't apply to all of you. So this is if you work with Ms. Westbrook this year, you will see classes in here that are recommended for you based on the level of support that you'll need next year. So I'm going to leave these blank for now because I don't have any recommendations in there. Same thing with ELD content support. That is from Miss Santiago. So if you go in here and you see something that is recommended, you'll select that class and go from there. All right, so that brings us down to electives. So before we go to electives, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and look at my number of credits. So right now it says that I am requesting 6.5 credit hours. For freshman year, we want you to select 8 credit hours. That means that you are taking the maximum number of credits. The system will let you through with only 6.5 credits selected, but you won't end up in the right number of classes, and we might put you in some electives that you don't like. So it's important that we get this number, this bold number right here, up to 8. So with 6.5 credits selected right now, that means I need to select 1.5 credits worth of electives. So if I click on the pencil next to electives, it brings up every elective that is available for 9th grade students. So notice there are a couple different pages here. So make sure you're scrolling through if you are looking for something that you don't see. And the credits column tells you how many credits each class is worth. So again, I need to select 1.5 credits worth of classes here. So I'm going to take Spanish 1, and I'm going to take, let's see, Nutrition 1. And that gives me 1.5 credits. So I'm gonna click OK. And you'll see that that green check mark is up there. Ooh, looks like I selected too many courses. That's okay also. Go back, deselect it, and it fixes it. All right, so now we'll move to your alternate courses. So for alternates, you need to select 2 credits worth of alternate courses. And these are all electives as well. The reason we have you select these is in case one of your other electives that you selected doesn't fit into your schedule or they fill up too quickly. We try to get you into something that you're interested in. So these alternate courses tell us what else you might be interested in, so that we can maybe get you into something that would be, like I said, interesting for you, so we're not just sticking you in a random class. So for my 2 credits in here, I'm gonna pick French, I'm going to pick guitar, and I'm gonna pick manufacturing. And that should give me those 2 credits. You see that check mark over there. Additional requests, this last section you don't need to worry about. One more time, we're going to double check the number of credits that we are requesting. So it says we're requesting 8 credit hours. That is perfect. And then at the bottom, you will see a button that says submit. It's not on my screen because this is just a sample screen, but you'll see a button that says submit. You'll submit that. It will send your request to us, and we will see those when we go to do scheduling. And that's it. There's also a written instruction page for how to do this with some other information on it. So make sure you take a look at that before you go through and do the scheduling process. And if you have any questions, make sure that you're signing up to see either Ms. Jones or myself using the link that's on that other page. We'll be happy to discuss that with you. If you do have questions though, go through and finish this process. So select all your classes here. We can go in and edit these as we're meeting with you. If there's only like one class that might need changed, we can go in and edit it. Important things that students sometimes ask about is the world language. So if you notice down here, I selected Spanish and French as an elective and an alternate. You do not need to take a world language. It's not required, but it's a good idea to look at taking one, at least one, possibly 2, just depending on what your plans are after school, after high school. If you're looking to go into the college or the military or trade school, some of those places require world languages, some of them don't. So again, that's a conversation you can have with Ms. Jones or I, so we can kind of make sure that you're getting into the right classes. All right. Again, feel free to watch this video as many times as you need. Check out that instruction page and feel free to ask us any questions. Ms. Jones, anything to add?
I do not.
All righty. Thanks. We'll see you soon.